Well, welcome back. I am doing a review of some pencils that were sent to me by Colorya. So no, I did not pay for these, but would I have? That's the question we're going to answer today. So they are $24.99 US dollars right now on Amazon. When opening the package, I decided that instead of showing you that first, we had to do the swatches first. They come in a zip pouch in this nice cardboard casing. And it does tell you there's 72 unique and vivid colors. They are a wax based. I have looked down through there and it seems like that lead is through the middle of the barrel, which is awesome. As I've used them and sharpened, doesn't seem to be any that are out of place or crooked. Leads are not broken inside. So far so good on that. Smooth even coverage, premium blending and shading, rich intense pigments. Now, for you that know me and know that I'm heavy-handed, there are often times I have a hard time getting the lighter colors. This set of pencils solves that problem for me. So let's look at the swatches. These are how they appear in the case by color groups. Now, when I actually go back to rearrange them, they will not go like this because I would not go from red to green. I would probably put my pink, then my purple, then my blue, then my green, and then head into the browns. That gives me the blues, the greens, and the browns all together for when I do landscapes and puts them in rainbow order. These two colors, not much difference. This is an orange up here with the yellows. Then here's another orange. And then the burnt ochre over here could be used as an orange. As far as oranges go, then you've got blood orange. That's it. That's all the oranges. So that is lacking. Yellows, that's pretty good. These do work as skin tones right here. That apricot, I say skin tone because it's not quite orangey for me. When you look at the pinks, these, there's not a lot of difference in those pinks. I would have gotten rid of one of those pinks and added an orange. Some of these reds don't look any different. Okay, I would have liked to have added maybe, you know me, I love my purples, but they did pretty good on purple, but I would have added maybe a dark blue, something like an indigo or a midnight. That's lacking in this set. Look at all the greens, but these two are a lot alike. And do you see a grass green anywhere? So that's lacking. I do love these two. These three are in perfect order. That's awesome. Is there any difference in these two? Is there enough difference in these two? What happened? I don't know. But because I love my teals, I don't mind there being extra, but I would call it extra, not an added color. This deep magenta, I would put over here with the reds, and there's not a whole lot of difference there. Now that I'm looking, I would put both of these probably in the orange category. The honey, I would put over with my yellows. You see where I'm going with this. The purples, lovely. Good, good, good. This blue, I would put over with the blues. Pumpkin spice, yeah, over with the yellows. So that's a look at what we're going with. And I do my swatching all at one time, all in one sitting, so that I get that same amount of hand pressure as I'm coloring them. All right, let's move this out of the way. And let's come in with the actual crayons. They're not crayons, they're pencils, but you know what I'm talking about. So they do come in a lovely case with a handle. I love the handle because as I swatch my colors, I put them on one of these and I can ring them through the handle, which keeps everything together in one spot. I do sell just these and the blank swatch cards pre-punched. If you need that, you'll find me under Pam Proctor on Etsy. And if I think about it, I will go down in the description or the comments and put the link there for you. All right, when you open, you're going to get the pencils like this. Well, almost like this. You see how, okay, I've pulled some out that I'm using. That's why they're like that. And there you go. The only thing that I did differently is the pencils all come with the barrel pointing to the middle. All the barrels were lined up right here. All the barrels were lined up right here. So I flipped these all around because that put the words going right side up now. Otherwise, these were right side up and these were all upside down. These were right side up. These were all upside down. I've come to the conclusion one reason they do that is, if I can get that back out, it is harder to punch through the elastic going this way. There are several places where it's been sewn where I'm going to have to cut off this bit of string that's hanging. Okay, you can see it easier up here on this one. And that's just a manufacturer thing that happened in the warehouse. It doesn't bother me that much. See, these are clean here. So, and the other thing I really like about this case is its individual loops and they're snug. I can pick this up and shake it and no pencils fall out. I've gotten other cases where that's not what happens. They're in twos or pencils slide out because the loops are too big. So I do look for these to all loosen up a little. Now let's pull out the ones that are pulled a little because that's the ones we're going to be playing with. Now I have done quite a bit of playing. These pencils came in a day ago and I have been playing ever since. All right, I think that takes care of what I need there. Shall I also tell you that the sharpening is quite nice? Okay, so when I go to sharpen, I don't have any breakage and it seems to sharpen really easily. Okay, next, let's move this out of the way and let's go to a book. Now, I'm going to show you 2 or 3 things in their books. Now, I have done reviews on their books before. Let's see. And you can just pull my channel up and look and see the reviews that I've done. I'm not going to do them again here. I will say these are current books, and I will say that the paper is awesome because I also have their alcohol markers, and they do not go through on the paper very much. They glide beautifully. Okay, this is just a cut down cutting mat from the Dollar Tree. And I always put something behind my pages. I took and just started playing with the pencils. So here you can see, these are those 4 pinks that I said there's not a lot of difference in. This right here is 4 of the different skin tone brownish apricot shades. Not much difference. This is 2, 2, 2, 2 of each in here. And you can see the color change was nice. Here's the grays. Just lined them up. Wonderful. Again, some of the colors I don't mind not being as many because I do like what is in the package. So once again, it's going to depend on what you do or don't personally like. Now, the page I am going to show you next is this one right here. All right, so I am heavy-handed, and look how light those colors came out. So there I can tell you that the pencils work beautifully, even for somebody that's heavy-handed. The cover of this book is right there. All right, so it's another current book from Amazon. But yeah, so the blending is really, really easy. And that's what I think we're looking for. Okay, I am back to, as I keep changing books on you, I'm back to the first book that I showed you. I'm back in Magical Nature. All right, so we're going to take this. I'm going to line it up for you, zoom in, and let's see how easy it is to actually blend these pencils. So I've got several colors pulled. I believe this one, yeah, there we go. See how I'm going down pretty hard, and then I'm just blending out. See how wonderful that blended? Yeah. So I'm going to do the same thing here, and it doesn't matter what colors I'm using right now. I mainly want you to see how easy to blend this is. And I do need to go back and do some blending with my lighter shade, but I mainly want you to see that I'm not putting in a whole lot of effort, and those are blending nicely. Okay, let's look at this purple. See, I go darker in my corner areas, and then lighter as I come out. Okay, darker in the deeper recesses. There's a corner. Here's little V's. Yeah, a lot of time I just call them my V areas. The paper in these books, it's just awesome. I have never been able to get over how well Colorya makes their books. They are very, very, they're just so user-friendly. Just absolutely. So, and the reason I stopped on the black outline that I was doing was because I wanted you to see how I do that too. So just tucking little bits of color up in there, and then lighter as I come out, and then you can come back with the lightest shade and do all the blending. Now, how do you figure out what colors to use? Look at your color wheel, and I've done a review on a fantastic color wheel that I love using. In fact, here's one of them right here. I keep one on my desk right there. So if you look up rainbow color wheel on my chart, my station, my channel, whatever you want to call it on YouTube, it should take you right there to my color wheel video. Awesome video, gotta tell you. If you've not ever used a color wheel, it's very, very helpful. So even down here, I did a little bit. Okay, what else? The greens. I did use 3 greens, but I only used 3 greens on the whole page. So I started with this light green, do a coat. Okay, do your coats. Then the medium. And you can see already how well that is blending. And I think one of the big pluses on this with the pencils, even though the colors are maybe not what I would put in a kit, I really, really like how they have some of the unusual colors. So to be honest with you, I look forward to them coming out with a 100 count kit or with a kit that is an add-on kit to this one. And that really might be the best bet for them, is to come in with an add-on kit, since so many people probably already have these pencils and they're not going to be happy about having to order like a 100 count if they've already got this set. They might want to just do an add-on kit that's maybe, I don't know, 25 additional colors. I don't think many companies do that, so I really think that would be a hot thing for them to do, is just to add on. All right, and then after that comes right here with the yellows. And again, you can see how wonderfully these colors are blending. I am not working hard at this. I'm also not getting a lot of bloom on my page, which you do get with a lot of your more expensive pencils. Okay. So I feel like that's a big plus too. Some pencils are so heavily waxed that you get a bloom first thing. And I'm good with not getting the bloom on these. I'm fine with that. Okay, what else? So right down here. And I think that finishes it up. So then I took the black, which truly does, oops, one more thing. The dark green for the stem. And let's do that top. So this color. And then my green. And then what I mean when I say use your lightest shade, for you that are new to my channel, I would come in here with the lightest shade and do my blending. Okay, now the black would take it, and I color all of this black. And you might say, well, why would you do that? I never know what marker I'm going to grab when I want to do black on a fine line like this. I know what I would like to grab, but I don't always have that on hand. And what I really like is just a Sharpie, very thin. But by doing it this way first, and I'll do that too later, then I grab my black Sharpie, ultra fine, and when I come in here to do this, I don't get streaks. Yeah, if I use a black pencil first, and then come in with my marker, I don't end up with streaks. And that to me is bonus. And they're black, if you remember the swatch that we saw, is actually a nice dark black. It's not one of those, let's see, it's not like a pewtered black or a cast iron or whatever. It's a good black. So anyway, I'm not going to finish that up, but that does let you see. So the let's look at the colors one more time. If I can pull this over without messing them all up. Here we go. So once again, here are all the colors. And again, yeah, here you can see the black is actually a really good black. Okay. So now, overall, what do I think? I think they are a nice, easy to blend pencil. Do I think they're a good set to complement some pencils you already have? Very definitely. Could I use them without any other pencils? Yes, I did. I did 3 pages in the book now without any other pencils. Because you have to remember, even though there's not a darker blue than this, you can come in with espresso or black, either one, to deepen up that blue. All right? And in doing so, you really end up with a darker blue. You could come in on your green. You could come in with a blue and possibly get darker there. So this is the page I had done. I'm going to move these out of the way again. So if I come in with black, do you see how my blue is suddenly darker? All right, let's do it up here. What happens if I do purple on that instead? It's got more of a blue tint than the dark indigo. So it may be that just learning which colors to use, that you can get those depths in your colors. All right, I'm going to grab this raspberry and let's see, yeah, come down here. And it does do it a little bit darker, okay? What happens if I use raspberry up here? Okay, not a lot. What if I use it over here on the purple? Because red is in purple. Now it does turn it red, so then I've got to come back with that amethyst and go over it again to knock the red back. But you can see how that does deepen that up. Same thing even for this orange. If I come in here with this dark red, let's see, what color is that? Raspberry. If I come in with the raspberry, see how that went? Then I can come over it with, let's just use this because it's laying out, coral. And it turns it back more to a little bit of orange. So it may be that, because these are from France, maybe they layer their colors more than we do. Now, I still did not have a grassy green and all that, but I put those colors down first. What if I come over it with another green? Let's say I come over it with one of these darker greens. Then I do get more of a grassy green. It's still not bright, so I'm going to come back with my pear, go over the top, and that will brighten it up some. So if you don't have the colors in your set that you need to get those darker shades, then I want to encourage you to use a different shade. I'm going to go with a green on this teal. There's not a whole lot of difference between these two teals. So I went with that. And then I'm just going to grab Basil and come over the top. And see how it did? Now you've got that dark and it graduates to the light and then back to the dark again. All right, so hopefully this helps you some in deciding. It is a good set of pencils. They do sharpen nice. They are easy to blend. There are 72 colors, though one could argue that because some of them are so close together in shades. But overall, is it a good set of pencils? Yes, I think it is. $25.99 in the States off Amazon. And their books, oh my gosh, get a book. The books have such nice thick pages. The alcohol markers blend well. I cannot speak to their gel pens or their watercolor brush tips or any of that because I do not own those. But I can tell you on these. So I'm going to take some time and sit down and separate out my colors to where I think they go. And then I will rearrange them in my package with the elastics. And I'll be ready to go color some more. Hope you've enjoyed this. For the most part, I do coloring videos. Every now and then you're going to find a DIY or something to help around the house. But I appreciate thumbs up. Best thing you can do, thumbs up, follow, watch my videos. All right. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have questions, let me know. And I will catch you in a few days on the next video. Bye.